see the celebration from Roger Williams. They're fired up. A lot of hard work has gone in over the last 2+ days, and they are in a position to just about solidify things should we have a conclusive Final Four. Regardless, they are going to have a lead through the round of 8. We do know that.
Really nice to see that they've allowed the spectators onto the pavilion today, especially on that top floor in particular. Yesterday, that was filled with teams from all over the country, and today seems like we're allowing the parents and friends and kiddos to all come and watch some of the racing.
The one disappointing thing, though, is that it's April 27th, and they're forcing everyone to have jackets and scarves and at some point, although actually the next couple of days it looks like it's really going to turn. Obviously, it's always chillier on the water, but you can speak to it the best. Yesterday, it just got darn cold by the end.
Oh, I was freezing. I'll be honest. Yeah, and I'm from Chicago, but this was not very uncool for April weather. But look at this start over here. Clay, what are you seeing?
Yeah, 10 seconds to go before the start. Harvard is in 10, 11, 12, and Roger Williams is in 4, 5, 6.
Already looks kind of like a rough start for boat 5 from Raj.
Yeah.
Oh, boat 6 over as well. That's 2 Roger Williams boats starting from behind here.
Yeah, not ideal for those guys. I will say boat 4 had a pretty good start and is to leeward and ahead of boat 10, so that's okay. We'll see if Harvard can divide up and take advantage of that. So this is an important race for both of these squads. As you mentioned, Adam, you know, if Roger Williams wins this, well, regardless, Roger Williams will be the leader after this round. If we get a Final Four in, we get a Final Four. And actually, we just got word that they don't feel comfortable that they can complete a Final Four, and this is going to be the last race of the regatta. So by my count, win or lose, Roger Williams is going to end up being our team racing national champions, and Harvard will end up being second.
Open Team Racing National Champions. Congratulations to Roger Williams University. They come into this race with a mark of 18-3, looking to match Harvard's 19-3 from a year ago that allowed the Crimson to take down the national championship.
Now the question is, do they know that going into this race?
Probably better if they didn't.
No, 100% better that they didn't. It's one of those things as a coach where it's like, do you tell the kids or not? You know, especially when it comes to like tight scoring. Sometimes in the sport of sailing, you know, especially in fleet racing in particular, but people don't like to look at their scores because sometimes they know that they might crumble under the pressure. So it's one of those things of like, coaches get to know their sailors so well that they're like, well, I can't tell you, but I can tell you because I know you'll do well with the pressure. So,
don't tell kids they've got a snow day the next day.
Yeah.
Make them go to bed at their normal time.
There you go.
So as we watch this race, it is worth reiterating that our coverage continues tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We will take you to sundown, and then it continues. That is the Women's Team Racing Championships. 12 teams will compete. And then on Monday, coverage will begin and take us through the round of 8 into the Final Four as well. And so with 12 teams, we will have a handful of fewer races compared with the 120 races in the round of 16 that's needed, 121 races needed for the round of 12. And so a little bit of a different calculus, and we'll be moving on through, and we'll have you covered just about all the way.
So it looks like Roger Williams is rounded in first. Harvard is rounded in second. Roger Williams is trying to go play 4. And Harvard's trying to make this into a 2-3 play 2, really.
The only loss for Roger Williams in the round of 8 so far to the Georgetown Hoyas just speaks to how well Georgetown has been competing here on the third day, and mostly through the second part. Losses in the round of 16 came to the hands of Stanford Cardinal and also at the hands of the Harvard Crimson. So Harvard's already knocked off Roger Williams. Do they have one more in them? Even though it's just about assured, we know Roger Williams, national champs. Harvard will finish second.
We're watching a really good 1-4-5 versus 2-3-6 again. Harvard in 2 and 3 are trying to slow down boat 6. Roger Williams, boat 5, is trying to slow down Harvard. It's boat 12 in the end at the back. Oh, and that was a good move too. They didn't have a great grip, so they did a little switch. Might even switch back right here. Pretty smooth by Roger Williams.
And Raj doing an excellent job kind of sailing their teammates back into the race, huh?
And the first boat from Roger Williams just did a nice job of picking off number 10 from Harvard and allowing his teammate to get ahead of him. Good close racing going on right now.
Boat 10 and 11, I'm just looking for them to essentially build a wall to block off the breeze from one of the Roger Williams boats. They're close enough here to make something happen.
Well, the one good thing we have here, if you're Harvard, is that boat 11 might be on the inside.
Maybe some contact there as well between boat 10 and 5.
10's petitioning for it.
Oh, interesting.
Green flag. Mark 3 is coming into view. It does look like 4 is actually going to keep the inside and be in front. But Harvard might have converted to a 2-3-4 down here.
Well done.
12's looking to break the overlap on 4 and force him to round the mark.
Now it's tough, like 4's doing a good job. You want to really slowly round the mark. Just looks like they're stopped for pretty hard for 1 second, but they did a great job, great roll job. Right back at it. So you've got a 2-3-4 as Harvard here. Not very stable, Clay. Just because you can see boat 12 is pretty low. 10 is maybe going to be able to get ahead of 5. What's the key to success here to get around Mark 4 and keeping the play 2?
2-3, yeah, I think their goal is to round in an organized manner. If they can round 1 in a row, 1, 2, then 3, then 4, it allows them to set up their covering scheme nicely on the last beat. And you can see Roger Williams is trying to disturb that. Their boat in first, went down hard on them. I like that move by 11. Try and give their teammates 12 and 10 a little bit more space. Close call at the bottom mark there.
Wow. Red flag for boat 5 from Roger Williams. That's going to put him pretty dead in the water. Stop there.
Yeah, that. Imagine if a national championship were on the line on this race. Roger
Oof.
Williams already locked it up, but
Right.
a red flag, consequential to the race, but not to the overall landscape of the national championship.
So the finish line is in the top left of our screen. We're running out of starboard tack room here. Boat 12 is just going to do a nice job of covering 6. I think if you're 11 right now, you need to keep sailing fast and try not to engage in boat 6 at all. I don't know if 10 necessarily has the 1, but 4 certainly can't tack and cross at this moment.
I'd say with such a deep 6 as well from Roger Williams, that if I were 12, I'd try to put, slow down that boat next to them from Raj just by a bit, as much as I can here.
If I'm 11, I'm nervous because they can't tack and cross 6.
Right.
6 maybe just let them off the hook a little bit by tacking themselves.
Right. Some action there between 10 and 4, but I believe 4 may be spinning now from Roger Williams.
Yeah, 11 needs to get across 6 and not be pinned out from them, which is good that they're doing that. So Harvard now has the 1. Roger Williams has sacrificed that, and they're coming back as the 2, trying something. Meanwhile, that deep 6 is going out to the right side of the course in some pressure and on the long tack to the finish line.
I've seen it way too often before where that boat just gets let go and they come back in the 1 and everything gets stirred up.
Yep.
Which actually looks like what may happen here. I'm not sure they have the cross on 10, but they're coming in and they've caught up enough where they can come back across and help boat 4.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those situations where, 2 guys against 2 guys is better than 1 guy against, 2 boats is better than against 2 boats. Is a much stronger play than 1 boat against 2 boats. So here they are coming in for help. Reinforcements have been called in.
So Harvard is now in a play 4, where boat 10 is in first place, 11 is in 4th, and 12 is in 5th.
12 just needs to hold the ace here.
Right. It's really important for 12 to maintain their lead over boat 6. Yeah, I just heard a flag. It looked like 6 went for a fake tack, and Harvard didn't really bite, and then they went back down and got called for a kinetics violation and has to spin. So now Harvard's just thinking about finishing the race. 11 is pinned.
Which is all right in this scenario.
It's
just
fine if 12 gets a 3rd place out of it.
That's exactly right. Which they're maintaining speed, and they're just pushing 4 and 5 to finish here.
11 should just
Duck. Oh,
duck.
I would have gone for a duck there. Oof. And that's a 3. That's a 1-3 from Harvard.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Harvard's going to win this race, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Roger Williams is your national champions.
2024 National Champions Open Team Racing. The Roger Williams Hawks finished with a mark of 18 and 4. Harvard finishes 17 and a half and 4. It all comes back to that half point in race 100. Had that half point not been deducted, these teams would have finished with identical 18 and 4 records. And Harvard had the head-to-head, winning both races against Roger Williams. So it all falls in the hands of the half-point deduction that was made in race 100, and that is the difference when it's all said and done. Roger Williams finds its way to its 2nd national championship in program history. Congratulations to the Roger Williams Hawks. And it's time for Roger Williams to hit the water. So it's an easy bus ride back to Rhode Island for Roger Williams, and it's an even lighter ride back to Rhode Island for Roger Williams when this is all said and done, as they've got the Open Team Racing National Championship under its belt. Major congratulations in order. We'll show you the final standings one final time. We know that as we run out of time to get you the final four, those 6 races not taking place. Roger Williams had the lead after the round of 16. Roger Williams with the lead after the round of 8, your rightful national champs. And there's a look, that half point, the difference for Roger Williams. Harvard taking care of the Hawks, both head-to-head meetings, but Roger Williams taking care of the rest and dropping just 4 along the way. Only 2 other along the way outside of their 2 losses to Harvard. Stanford finishes 5th, the tie for 6th between Dartmouth and Georgetown, and Coast Guard rounds out the top 8, finishing 8th with a mark of 9 and 13 over the 3 days here. As we take one more look at Roger Williams, 18-4. They've got their 2nd national championship in program history, the 1st since 2011. That'll do it for our coverage of the Open Team Racing National Championships. We pick it back up tomorrow with the Women's Team Racing Championships. Coverage begins at 1 o'clock as we join midstream in the round of 12. For my broadcast partners, Clay Johnson and Gloria Kemblacute, and for our entire ESPN crew, I'm Adam Giardino saying so long from the Charles River in Boston. Roger Williams, your 2024 Open Team National Champs.